Hi guys, first let me apologize, I'm sick, so I might do a lot of sniffling during the video. But this week, for chapters 6 and 7, what I learned was the creation of ice is actually a very complex process. It starts off with thin sheets and then turns into pancakes and so on, and eventually can turn into those giant icebergs. I also learned that there are 3 different types of ice, including fast ice, pack ice, and drift ice. Another thing that I learned was, I actually learned about La Nina. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'd only ever heard about El Nino before. So that was pretty cool to learn that there was another thing along with that. I also learned that, the distribution of salinity is not uniform throughout the entire ocean. Different parts and depths of the ocean have different levels of salinity. I also learned that there are actually quite a few different ways to measure ocean currents, including bottles, cables, ships, and thermometers. And then what I found interesting this week was quite a few things, actually. I learned that solar input equals solar output, so there's never creation or destruction of solar power. I also learned that I found interesting that ocean currents transfer heat downward in the summer and upward in the winter, so that it takes into account the temperatures and for the living conditions of all the organisms in the ocean. That was really cool. I also found it interesting that hurricanes don't occur at the equator, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm wondering if it has something to do with the equator being really hot, and so there's no mix of temperatures to create hurricanes. And then I also found it interesting that the Arctic Ocean circulation is driven by polar easterlies, and it only mentioned that the Arctic Ocean was controlled by these, so I thought that was really unique. I want to know more about the 4 different layers of the atmosphere and how it was discovered that they're different from each other and it's not just one big atmosphere. I'd also like to know more about the Coriolis effect and how it causes rotation and just how that all works. I'd also like to know more about western intensification and why there isn't eastern or northern or southern intensification. I thought that was interesting that it's just western. And my 3 questions for this week are, number 1, how do chlorofluorocarbons lead to the destruction of the ozone layer? Number 2, why does the Arctic Ocean only circulate clockwise? I noticed, in general, the warm would go clockwise and the cold would go counterclockwise, but the Arctic Ocean was only mentioned to go clockwise, which just surprises me because I think of the Arctic Ocean as being cold, so I would think that it'd be counterclockwise. But anyway, my 3rd question is, when clockwise warm core eddies meet counterclockwise cold core eddies, is that what causes hurricanes? The meeting of the eddies, basically? I know it's when the temperatures collide. Sorry. I know it's when the temperatures collide, but I didn't know if it had to do with the eddies. So that's this week. Thanks.